Hello, this is Mr. Shade from China Spring High School. I'm counselor for juniors and seniors here at China Spring, and this is my college process presentation, otherwise known as RAFT. I do want you to know that I'm here to help you guys out with any of your questions or needs. I feel like my purpose here is to help you guys to get from A to B, whether that be college, military, whatever it is that you're looking to do. I want to help your students and you to come up with a plan in place and to figure out how to get there and work that plan. So I wanted to go over my college process called RAFT. First of all, we need to research what it is that we want to do and how we want to contribute to society and where do we fit in this world. Once we figure that out, then we can move forward with the, in this case, the college process of application, the financial piece of things, and testing. And I'm going to go into further detail with all those things for you today. First of all, research. What is it that exactly that you want to do? We all know that times are pretty tough in the economy, that we need to move forward with some type of training, whether it be college or military. And once we figure that out, then we can move forward. And who offers this training? Where is it? Am I going to have to come up with rent, move out of the house? Do I have the means? Have my parents set aside some kind of funding for me to go get this training and living costs and that sort of thing? And what does it take to get there? I do want you to know that where there's a will, there is a way. There's a lot of different resources out there that I'm going to further explain to you today. First of all, we need to go through the application process, and that is something called applytexas.org. It's one account. You create an account, then you get to click and choose where you want to submit your application to. And all colleges in Texas are on this. I think with the exception of Baylor, you may be its own website that you have to go to. Once you do the application, you can also move forward with the testing piece of it. Now, the SAT and the ACT are for the university four-year colleges only. Okay. SAT, I'll go over the differences. SAT is a little heavy on the English, and it's really more of a logical test taker's test. If you're good at taking tests, this is probably the one for you. Very heavy on vocabulary and writing, and some math through geometry and algebra 2. No science. So if you're not good at science, then this may be the test for you. On the other hand, the ACT is heavy on the math and science, and there is an optional essay. I would go ahead and take that essay if you're going to take this test. But it's also based upon what you already know, the ACT. The colleges don't prefer one over the other. They do require one or the other, though, and it's about split 50-50 on the students and which one they prefer. It's really just personal interest. When you're taking these tests and being considered for your colleges, basically what you'll want to do is Google what program of interest and what college offers that, and you are going to look at your class rank. Whenever you Google, say for instance here, criminal justice colleges in Texas, Sam Houston will pop up, and you'll get to a chart like this when you search admission requirements under each school's website. Undergraduate admission requirements. What you're going to come up with is a chart like this. Now, this is specific for Sam Houston, so you will need to go to whatever school's website that you're looking into. This will probably be a pretty good measure of what you're going to see. Basically, if you're in the top quarter of your class, you get automatically accepted here at Sam Houston. And if you're in the top 10%, there's automatic acceptance to everywhere in the state of Texas, except UT is the top 7%. But in this case, Sam Houston, if you're in the top quartile, top 25% of your class, you're automatically accepted. You just have to sit and take the ACT or the SAT. If you're in the second quarter of your class, top half, but second quartile, you need to make a 20 on the ACT, 960 on the SAT. If you're in the third quarter of your class, the lower half, then you would need to score a 23 on the ACT and a 1060 on the SAT. And so it's kind of like the lower you are in your class, the higher you have to score, kind of backwards, but that is the way that they do it. If you're in the fourth quarter of your class, you will be considered by review only. You'll submit your application and test scores, and you would have to be considered by review, and it doesn't specifically say what that entails, probably maybe an interview with the campus themselves, but you can still go through the process. When registering for this SAT or ACT, you go to collegeboard.com. You will see the dates you need to register by and the actual date of the test. SAT is collegeboard.com. ACT is actstudent.org. So you can go to those websites and further check out details. Also, my students that are on free or reduced lunch can qualify for a fee waiver for not only the test itself, but also college application fees. If you're looking to start out at community college, such as McLennan Community College or ACC, Austin Community College, or TSTC, it is not the SAT or the ACT. It's a test called the TSI assessment. It was formerly the Accuplacer, which a lot of our dual credits students have taken the Accuplacer. It's now called the TSI assessment. Okay, there are some ways to be exempt. If you do take the SAT and the ACT, you could, if your score is high enough, be exempted from taking this. Pretty high scores, and I don't have the exact scores on that yet. Also, if you scored high enough on your tax test in English and math, and if you met a standard of score called THECB, you wouldn't know it if you're not looking for it, but if you did meet that score, then you would be exempt from taking this assessment. Otherwise, you would take this test. If you do not score the standard they're looking for in math section and English sections, and I'm not sure on the specifics of how many tests are on each yet. It's a brand new test. If you don't meet the standard of score they're looking for, you may have to take remedial coursework in the areas of math and English. And you can take this test, as many times as you want or need to be able to take the freshman level coursework and not have to take remedial coursework. The last piece is the financial piece, known as the FAFSA, Free Application for Federal Student Aid, and it's at fasfa.ed.gov. Don't go to fasfa.com because that's a website that wants to charge you for something that is free if you go through fasfa.ed.gov. What this does, everybody has to do this. It determines your family's financial need. We will come up with a financial package, and as you're going through the application process through the colleges, your package will be sent to whatever college that you're applying for, whatever college that you stipulate that it go to, and then their financial department accesses that and comes up with a financial package for you of how much you would need to come up with monthly as a family. So everybody has to do this. You have to do this every year to determine your financial need in whatever college that you're looking to go to. My advice is to use our professional that's going to be here on our campus starting in the spring. Her name is Robbie Stabenow. She is from Waco Foundation, also oversees the MAC grant. She's a professional. She knows what she's doing. She knows all the little ins and outs, and she will help you to get it done right. It is a one-shot deal. If you don't do it correctly or don't fill something out correctly, then you could mess up your finances, and I'd hate for you to do that. So do use her and go through her. This can't be done until we finish out the fiscal year of 2013. File your income taxes early. Students, if you work, make sure you file your income tax early. Families, whoever is supporting your child as a dependent, fill out your income taxes early. Get that W-2 statement back and meet Miss Stabenow. She's going to be here on our campus once a week starting in February. Don't have the days yet, but like maybe once every Wednesday she'll be here. You as a family are welcome to sit down with her. Y'all can schedule an appointment with her outside of school if you like, but I do recommend that you use her. If you do use her services, you also can be eligible for a grant called the MAC grant. And grants are good, as I will further explain. Financial resources, scholarships. If you Google scholarships, you're going to come across a zillion scholarships for tall people, small people, left-handed people. There's all sorts of scholarships. What you're going to find right now is more nationwide scholarships. Those are going to be competitive for students all around the nation. But after New Year's, I'm going to start getting local scholarship opportunities from local businesses and organizations specific for the area of McLennan County, some even specific for China Spring High School. So I have sent a list out to all the seniors to give me their email address. Anything I come across, I'll forward out. You really have to read the fine print and what their requirements are. Some require students to be in the top quartile, or some require to be Hispanic students pursuing education. Whatever the case may be, you need to stay on top of when and where to submit those and what date to submit those by. One thing is for certain: if you don't fill out an application, you won't get the scholarship. That is the one certainty. Also, I want to go over some other financial resources. Grants, you will find out once you do the FAFSA what grants you qualify for as far as Pell Grants. Loans, unfortunately borrowing money is a fact of life. This is a college investment, so lastly, if we do need to take out loans, then it's certainly an investment. Work-study programs are available at each campus. Could be available for your student if the student's willing to work in the cafeteria or the library or give campus tours, something like that, to help out with tuition assistance. Also noteworthy is military options. ROTC programs are a great way to get military training while you pursue your college program. You may be, required to enlist after you finish your bachelor's degree, or students that want to join the military straight out of college can go ahead and serve their time and then get out, and the college is paid for through the GI Bill, that sort of thing. Reserves are options. Me being the male recruiter, I work with all the male counselor. I work with all the recruiters in town. So if you have any questions or want to sit down and talk with them, feel free, and I can get you in touch with them. There is a scholarship, substantial scholarship, even with stipend per month of living arrangements, $300 to $500 a month given to the student. And interesting, here in Waco we have a dual program that is MCC and Baylor ROTC. So if you ever want to know, you can just ask me. I can get you in touch with the right people for any of those opportunities. Otherwise, if you join the Facebook page, if you like our Facebook page, CS Cougars, I run that page and I'll update that with information and resources and scholarships. High school website, you're looking for the Red Apple Counselor's Corner. You click on that, and there are scholarship and resource information on there. And also, I'm a resource if students want to pop in and ask if they know of any scholarships. I can lead them to any of those sites or anything that I have. Transcripts. I do want you to be able to look at the student's transcript, and we can print those off at any time. In this case, this student is, if you will see where it says quartile, in the second quartile, you can take class rank. This student is number 53 out of 170, so you divide 53 by 170, and he will come up as the 31st percentile of his class, so just out of the top quarter. So that is the way that you calculate where your student is in rank. Also, grade point average, you'll see on the college 3.117. That is his grade point average on a 4-point scale. My advice to all of our students and families is, don't put your eggs in one basket. Apply at multiple colleges. And once you go through the FAFSA, that's when it comes down to the brass tacks of the finances and can we make this happen, and what scholarships may be available and what grants we have available. But so go through the process with multiple colleges. I know there is a fee associated at times, $60 or $70 per college that you apply for, and that is a chunk of change. But in the grand scheme of things, we want to be able to make the best decision and have options available to us. Other than that, our students to live with purpose and to keep the goal in mind of why they're in college, and not to fall victim to those things that we all can get sidetracked in life. Always grow and continue to learn. We don't have to have it figured out right now, but I want to make sure that they're at least taking steps and gaining momentum and keeping goals in mind and always continuing to learn. So I know June 5th is the date that we're looking for right now, our ending of our school year, which is just the beginning for our seniors. So best of luck. Use me as a resource, and I'm happy to help here. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.